Alright, so in this movie we're going to talk about and show you how to create what are called action scripts. So right now, if we were to play this animation, it's going to go from the menu quickly through the other scenes and then back to the menu. So what we need to learn how to do is create action scripts. And there's two types of action scripts that we're going to create. The first one is at the end of every one of the scenes, we're going to tell the software to stop playing. And then the second type of script that we're going to create is we're going to create the button script so that when we click on the buttons will actually take us to the correct scene. So I'm at the menu scene right now, and the first thing I want to do is that after it plays through to 48, I want to tell the playhead to stop. So I'm going to go to Code Snippets. I'm going to come down to Action Scripts. I'm going to go into where it says Timeline Navigation, and I'm going to tell it to stop at this frame. So I'm going to point at that and double click. Now that pops up this window, which is called the Actions panel, and it says that in the menu scene, so over here in the menu scene, at frame 48, it's going to stop. So I'm going to close this. I'm going to close my Code Snippets. Now the other thing that you're going to see is in the timeline for the menu, it says Actions, and there's a little tiny little A right here. There see that tiny little A? That says that there's a script that has been applied to this frame, and this says stop. Now we didn't put this layer in. This layer was automatically added. So when I went to Code Snippets and I told it to stop at this frame, it's now going to stop at this frame. So let's go ahead and test this. So if this is going to work, it should stop at the end of this menu scene and shouldn't progress any farther. So I'm going to go to Control, Test. It plays the menu scene and then it stops. Now, none of the buttons are working yet, so we're not going to be able to proceed. So what we need to do on every single one of the other scenes, so for the Arctic scene, I'm going to do the same thing. So now this scene is just a one frame scene. So we're going to go to insert the stop action script. So we're going to go to Window, come down to Code Snippets. We're going to go to Action Scripts, Timeline Navigation, and we're going to tell it to stop at this frame. Now you'll notice that in the Actions panel, it comes up, it says now at the Arctic scene, there's an action in frame number 1, and that action is called stop. So I'm going to close the panel and close the Code Snippets. I'm going to go to the Denali scene. Go to Window, Code Snippets, Action Scripts, Timeline Navigation, stop at this frame. Notice over here it says Denali, action in frame number 1 is going to stop it. Close these up again. Go to Joshua Tree. Go to Code Snippets, Action Scripts, Timeline Navigation, stop at this frame. So now it says Joshua Tree, Action Script, frame 1 is stopping. Close these up. Close these up. Go to Yellowstone. Oops. Go to Window, Code Snippets, Action Scripts, Timeline Navigation, stop at this frame. So now we now have a stop at frame number 48 in the menu layer, in the menu scene, frame number 1 in the Arctic scene, frame number 1 in the Denali scene, frame number 1 in the Joshua Tree, and frame number 1 in the Yellowstone scene. These are all called frame scripts. Now the next thing we're going to have to do is do some button scripts, and in the next movie we'll do some button scripts.